This is Belkin's Code Ultimate Keyboard Case for the iPad Air. Hi, Dan for your diary, and today we're going to take a look at Belkin's Code Ultimate Keyboard Case for the iPad Air. This has an MSRP of $129 and it is available from Belkin.com. It is a really nice keyboard. It is made from aluminum. It does a really good job of protecting your iPad Air and allows you to be much more productive with it. Let's take a look at the case. So inside the package, you get a USB to micro USB charging cable. It is a nice long and pretty substantial cable that should hold up quite well. And you obviously get the keyboard case. Now, my iPad's already inside. I have a film on the back of my iPad Air, and I thought it might be an issue, but there is just enough play in the tolerances with the case that I didn't have any problem putting it in, and I haven't had any problem taking it out either. So if you look at the iPad inside the case, you've got access to the volume up and the volume down, as well as the mute toggle. You've got complete access to the camera, which is actually a decent camera as tablets go, and access to the sleep awake button. The microphones, top and back, are both left wide open so that you get the noise cancellation, which is great for Siri, as is the 3.5mm headphone jack over here left exposed. If you go to the bottom, you've got a nice long run allowing the speakers and the lightning connector to all be fully accessible, nothing obscuring the speakers, and easy charging of the iPad. If you look over here, that's where the micro USB port is for charging the keyboard. Now, as far as the keyboard itself, you should get, according to Belkin, up to 264 hours of active use from a single charge. 264 active hours. And if you're not using it, you should get 4,300 hours of standby time. So it is actually not a heavy keyboard case. The case itself is less than the iPad Air in weight, but it's got a beefy enough battery that you're going to get 4,300 hours of standby time. You will get the little Belkin logo, the little Belkin guy right here. And as I said, it is a really nice feeling case. It's aluminum, which gives it strength, but it also keeps it relatively light. And it does feel really nice in the hand. So if I open up the case, you'll see, here's the Belkin website. You'll see that the iPad is held inside. It's a nice hard plastic shell that it clicks into, gives it nice protection, and you have the keyboard. Now, one of the things you may immediately notice, and I certainly did, is that it goes like this. So if you open it up this way, the iPad actually holds the keyboard that way, and if you open up this way, you better hope that your iPad's inside because it's going to go like that. Now, why would they have done that? Well, it's really simple. There are magnets on the bottom of the iPad section, and there are magnets right here, so that you can actually put the iPad in one of 3 different viewing angles. Hard to do when I'm holding it. That's the shallowest. That's the steepest. And this is the one right in the middle. Now, how strong are the magnets? Well, they're strong enough that I can do that. And they're also strong enough that I can do that. So it will hold the iPad nice and stable. I did not find any issue with it being top heavy, nor did I have issues with the magnets releasing. In addition, you can actually fold this all the way back, and then you can actually hold your iPad this way and not be interrupting and interfering with the keys, which I wouldn't want to be pressing on these too much because this is obviously going to be the most vulnerable part of the keyboard case. So let's talk about the keyboard itself. The keyboard actually has very nice keys, a nice amount of play in the keys. The keyboard is nicely laid out, and the keys don't feel like you're using this minuscule little keyboard. That's been my problem with any case or keyboard for the iPad mini, is that no matter how you implement it, the keys are going to be so smushed together. That's not the case here. Now, you do have a row of numbers up top, but you do not have a specialty row of function keys the way we have seen on some other keyboard cases. Those function keys actually are doubled up with the numbers. So you have, over here, you've got the home button, which actually works quite well. You push it, and it'll take you to home. If you push it twice, it'll activate the fast app switching, which is really nice if you're working on a project. You can switch between the document you're writing and the website you may be getting information from. Just a quick tap, move back and forth. I love that aspect of this. But then the number 1 is also, if you do shift 1, you get the exclamation mark. And if you do function 1, you get the multiple windows like this. That's the fast app switching also. If you want to bring up the soft keyboard, it's on the number 2 key. If the shift 2 is the @ sign, and the function 2 is, if you're writing, here we go. If you're typing, the keyboard. And obviously it is context aware, so it won't come up if you don't have a window that you can input information. The number 3 is also the plus sign, but it's also the cut and etc., etc., etc. So all of those functions are there, but you have to do the function and then the key. Not a huge deal, but I would have loved if there were a dedicated row of function buttons. If there were, however, you would have lost this nice grip area when you fold the keyboard over to the side. You do also have a Siri button right here. What time is it?
It's 3:29 p.m.
So ultimately the keyboard works really well on the Code Ultimate Keyboard case for the iPad. It does have a really nice slim look to it. The case itself with the keyboard is less than the iPad Air, so you're about doubling the weight. It does not feel overly bulky. It is certainly something that feels comfortable and solid in the hand. It is something where you can use it to type, but you can also put it like this and you can use it as a stand to watch videos. Or if you need to use the iPad as a tablet, you can fold it over and hold it like this and use your tablet that way. This is the Belkin Code for the iPad Air. It has an MSRP of $129. This is Dan for Gear Diary. Thanks for watching.